Hey, how's it going? Aaron Chen here, hope you're doing well. If you're watching this video right now, then you're probably somewhere online doing a little bit of research, probably on how to make your business more effective, and everything about tracking and testing and tweaking your business. Okay, so I wanted to talk a little bit about how to keep track of your business, how to make sure that your business is profitable, most importantly, right? And if you're not doing any tracking in your online business or internet business, then you're making a huge mistake. Okay, so over the next few minutes I'm going to talk about some of the areas that you should be tracking and why it's important, how you can do it, what tools to use as well, and then we'll kind of go from there. All right, so for those of you who don't know me, my name is Aaron Chen. Been online for 9 years. 8 of those 9 years though really made a lot of mistakes and struggled really badly. Had some successes there, had lots of failures, actually was running into lots of roadblocks, but finally figured it out about a year and a half ago. Made some tremendous strides in my business, and has a lot to do with a lot of the topics that I've been speaking about in my videos, right? And one of those things is tracking. Okay, so I wanted to talk about it today because very few people talk about tracking, and it's not the sexiest topic. In fact, it's a little bit boring, to be honest, but it's so important because let's I'll give you an analogy, right? Tracking your business kind of works like this. Imagine if your goal was to hit a bullseye, right? And maybe you're standing like 50 feet away or whatever. Okay, now if you knew exactly what you were doing, having the right tracking is almost like having a laser pointer on your gun, okay, and pointing it and then just firing, because you know exactly where that bullet's gonna go, right? Because with the laser pointer, with the laser targeting, you can basically point it directly at the target and you're gonna hit the bullseye, right? That's what tracking will give you. Okay, now if you don't have tracking, it's not even removing the laser tracker or the laser viewfinder from your gun. It's actually more like removing that, blindfolding yourself, spinning around 10 times, and then trying to take aim and trying to shoot, even trying to touch the target. All right, very unlikely that you'll even hit the target when you don't have any tracking at all, right? And that's kind of how it works with building a business online, right? If you're not tracking where your clicks are coming from, if you're not tracking where your lead source is coming from, if you're not tracking where your sales are coming from, then how do you know where to spend your money or where to focus your time? You don't. You actually have no idea, right? If you don't know how video 1 is converting versus video 2, or landing page 1 versus landing page 2 is converting, then you're not going to be able to improve your business incrementally in a few specific leverage points, right? So it's first of all, it's very important to track. Okay, and I think the most basic thing to track is definitely your opt-in rates, right? So what are your capture page opt-in rates? So over the next few minutes, I'm going to talk about some of the different places that you can track. All right, so where should you be tracking in your business, and what tools can you use to actually do that? So the first place to track is your opt-in page, right? So the opt-in page is the first page that any new subscriber sees, right? That's your first initial website page that people will see. All right, the industry average opt-in, so if someone sees your page and they decide to put in the email address to go to the next page, right, to go through your sales funnel, the industry average is 15%, okay, it's pretty low. Now if you can get anything over 15%, that's pretty good, okay? But what you should really be shooting for, I would say, is like 30, 40, 50% conversion rates, okay? Because if you're going around there, then you're doing a pretty good job. Now, different sources of traffic will give you different conversion rates. So for example, solo traffic, normally the opt-in rate is very high. It's like 50%, 60%, sometimes even 70%. But the problem with solo ads is a lot of them are not real humans, right? They're bots. So if bots are opting into your opt-in page, your conversion rate is naturally going to be high because they're going to opt in anyway, right? They don't care what your capture page looks like. So you got to be careful with solo traffic, okay? But if you're doing stuff like YouTube traffic, you should be getting around, I would say, 30, 40, 50%, okay, with YouTube traffic. If you're using Facebook traffic is a little bit trickier. I would say it's a little bit lower. So if you're getting, you know, 20, 25%, 30%, that's pretty good with Facebook traffic, okay? So you have to, it depends on you know, where the source of traffic is coming from. So what I would do is the first thing to know what to do and to try different things really is to split test. Okay, so make sure you're split testing, you know, one capture page with another capture page with another capture page, okay? Maybe 3 or 4 capture pages to see which one wins, basically. Now, it's actually very easy to do split testing. A lot of people who have never done split testing before, they think that it's difficult, but actually it's very, very easy if you're using the right software, okay? So I recommend ClickFunnels, right? I always talk about ClickFunnels in a lot of my videos. Now you can use other funnel building software. You know, there's Lead Pages, there's Optimized Press, there's Insta Pages. There's a lot of different software out there that you can use. A lot of different platforms that you can use to manage your funnels, your sales funnels, your websites, your static pages, your webinars, and your capture pages, right? But I highly recommend ClickFunnels because I've used them all, guys, okay? I've used Optimized Press, I've used Insta Pages, I've used Lead Pages, I've used them all, right? And ClickFunnels is hands down the best. It's the easiest to use, it's the least technical, it's the most robust, and it's the one that you can design to look the prettiest, okay? And sometimes your conversions have to do with your design. So if your capture page doesn't look that nice, right, it will affect your conversion rates, okay? So don't think you can go out there and find some sort of free, you know, a capture page builder. I mean, you can, but the chances that the quality will be high is extremely unlikely, okay? I mean, yeah, you can go out there and build your own capture pages with HTML code. You could do that, right? But why bother? You know, because doing that is actually very tough. You have to go and hire someone from India to actually do the coding for you. You have to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth on the actual design. And like I said, if your capture page doesn't look nice, it's not going to convert, okay? Your conversions are going to suffer. So you may as well just use something like ClickFunnels that does everything for you. You don't even have to, you know, use different types of software to do the split testing. You can do all the split testing within ClickFunnels itself. It's very, very easy to use, okay? So if you want to check out ClickFunnels, you can, you know, check it out in the resources below anytime you want. All right, so that's the first thing, okay? Opt-in pages, that's a very, very easy place to test. All right, another place that you should be testing is, or keeping track of anyway, is your traffic, okay? So you should be keeping track of how many people are clicking on your stuff, clicking on your links, clicking on your website, clicking on your ads, right? Versus how many people are visiting your page and how many people are opting in, okay? Now, the easiest way to do that is to use a third-party tracking system. The one that I like to use is called Clickmagick, okay? Clickmagick is probably one of the best tracking softwares out there, right? Very inexpensive, but it's absolutely essential, okay? You need to know how many clicks you're driving towards your links, okay? Because you need to see how many people are actually seeing your stuff versus how many people are actually opting into your pages, okay? So that's slightly different from doing the split testing, because the split testing is just making sure that your opt-in page is maximizing the amount of people that are actually opting in, okay? But you still need to know how many people are visiting your website. So that's where Clickmagick comes in, okay? But Clickmagick is not just for finding out how many clicks you're getting to your website. It's also very good at finding out who's actually buying your stuff, okay? So the cool thing about Clickmagick is you can create these different conversion pixels, okay? So what you do for Clickmagick is you create what you call a sales conversion pixel, and you put that pixel on the thank you page of your website when somebody actually buys your product, okay? So if you are creating your own product, then what you would do is on the thank you page, the page that people see after they have made a purchase of your product, you put this sales conversion pixel. And what will happen is when somebody buys your product, okay, they will see that thank you page, and then your pixel will fire and they'll tell Clickmagick that that person has just bought a product from you, okay? And the cool thing is that because it's a universal sales conversion pixel for everything that you're doing on Clickmagick, okay? It will tell you which source of traffic actually bought that product. Okay, pretty cool, right? Now, why is this important? It's important because, have you ever heard Pareto's principle, the 80-20 rule, right? Basically what Pareto says is that 80% of your results come from 20% of the actions or activity that you're doing, okay? It's 80-20 everything, all right? So basically, when you do your online marketing, you'll find after you've been doing it for a while that 80% of your income only comes from 20% of your leads, okay? So that means that if you're driving traffic from lots of different strategies like article marketing, solo ads, banner advertising, you know, Facebook, YouTube, all that stuff, right? You'll find that 80% of your money, of your profits, are actually only coming from 20% of those traffic sources. Okay, so maybe you'll find that most of your money comes from YouTube, or maybe you'll find that 20% of your profits, 80% of your profits come from Facebook, right? Or maybe you'll find that 80% of your profits on Facebook only come from 2 or 3 of the ads that you're running. Out of hundreds of ads, maybe only 2 or 3 of them are the ones that are, for some reason, getting a lot of people to sort of come in and buy. And psychologically, for some reason, those keywords that you're running are the ones that people like, and those are the ones that people end up buying from. Okay, does that make sense, right? So the thing is you'll never know this, all right? If you're not tracking your stuff, you'll never know that only 2 or 3 keywords that you're running on Facebook ads are actually the ones that are the most profitable. All right, it's impossible to know if you're not running the right tracking. Okay, so that's why tracking is so important. And if you're not tracking your stuff, what ends up happening is you end up wasting a lot of money. Okay, because you might find, you know, as you're doing your marketing over the years, right, or over the months, if you track properly, you might realize that 80% of your Facebook ads are just creating leads for you, but they're not actually creating any sales for you. So what would you do with that information once you start analyzing your business? Well, what you would probably do is you'd go into Facebook and you would delete those ads. You would actually not delete them. You would just pause the ads that are not actually making you any money, right? Because so what if you're generating, you know, a ton of leads on Facebook, but if 80% aren't actually buying your products, right? Then it's not effective, is it? Right? So you may as well just pause them. Yeah, does that make sense, right? And you might find that out of the 5 different traffic strategies you have, maybe only 2 of them are actually making you money. So maybe the other 3 are not really making you money. You're generating leads from those sources, right? But maybe it's not making you any money. And you might find that, you know, the solo ads, and remember, if you're doing solo ads, there's so many different solo ad vendors out there. So you might find that 8 of the solo ad vendors that you buy from, their traffic just doesn't convert. And that could be so many reasons, right? Maybe it's not the right traffic source, maybe it's not the right audience, maybe you're not doing it properly, or maybe they just don't like your offer, right? And maybe the other 2 that you bought convert, you're making profit from it. So those are the guys that you want to scale, right? So it's all about finding out where's your money coming from, okay? Is it which source of traffic, you know, which pool of people, and then just scaling up like crazy on the areas that are making you money. Does that make sense, right? Okay, so without the right tracking, you can't do any of these things, okay? So very, very, very important to actually track your stuff. Now you can track other stuff as well. So if you had some sort of pre-frame video, or you had some sort of sales video for your product, you could also test your sales video, right? You could make video 1 versus video 2 and see which video actually converts more sales, okay? And then what you would do is you would just kill the video that is not converting so well, make another video, and try to beat your control. Okay? That's basically all you're trying to do. Every single time you're comparing one source to another source, you're just trying to beat it. That's all. And you call that the control. Okay? So all you're trying to do is to beat your control in every different aspect of your business. Does that make sense? Yeah? Cool? Right. So listen, I want to know in the comments below, are you tracking your stuff, right? Are you using software to track your stuff? Are you using ClickFunnels? Are you using Clickmagick? And you know, to be honest, it doesn't really matter, you know, where you're actually clicking your stuff, because, sorry, where you're tracking your stuff, as long as you're tracking it, okay? It doesn't really matter. So if you decide not to use ClickFunnels, if you decide not to use Clickmagick, that's okay, but make sure you're doing it, okay? And make sure you're not doing it for free, because, I mean, I would be very, very surprised if you found a great tracking software and a great funnel building software for free. Okay, because I don't think they exist, to be honest. Because how would these guys make money? Why would a developer spend all their time and money building a software that they're not going to charge people on? It doesn't make sense, right? How good can it really be? And think about how robust it would be. Now, and when it comes to your business, you know, when you're talking about foundational blocks in your business that are going to help you to make a lot of money, right? The most important ones are your funnel building software and your tracking system, okay? And if these aren't good, then basically everything's gonna crumble and you're not gonna make any money at all. All right? So I hope that makes sense, guys, and I hope you got some value from this video today, because very, very few people talk about tracking, but it's a really important skill to master. Okay, so let me know what you thought in the comments below. Give me a thumbs up if you got some value from this video today. And hey, if this is the first time that you're watching my videos and you got some value from it and you want to get more of these, I'm always releasing these kind of videos about building online businesses successfully every single week. Okay, so you can subscribe to my channel if you want. And if you want to spend a little bit more time with me, hey, I'd love to spend a bit more time with you as well. I'd like to show you how to do this stuff properly. Okay, so if you want to really learn, if you want to find out where I learned all this stuff from, then all you have to do is click on the link right below this video. You'll see my little link right there. It's going to lead you to my page. Go ahead and enter your best email address, okay? And I'm going to show you some foundational stuff that will teach you how to do all this whole, you know, internet marketing thing, okay? And it's going to help you to build a very successful business if that's what you want to do. So you can go ahead and do that if that's what you want, all right? Otherwise, I will catch you very, very soon on another video, and I hope you have an awesome weekend, and I hope you have a great day. Speak to you very soon. Take care.